All right, so we're gonna do part two, even though it's also I might get cut out because I have less than 20 minutes, but it's okay. I have no memory card here, that's why. And my phone is full. Just adding part one, I've already seen a lot of reaction. There was so much betrayal that was done. People sit here as Mima. This is what the trick is all about. Someone will sit here posing as Mima, and whatever is supposed to be directed to Mima, they will divert it and take to that person who is posing as a moderator of Mima. Pay attention how many people got apartments, and then you call me jealous. No, I'm just being honest with you. That is why I want everybody be very careful, because this is a one-way ticket. The truth will always come out. Someone came here lying, frauded, forged documents to get whatever they want. They always take my luck and take me for granted, my name, to get what they want. They put me through hell with bullshit of rent increase, blah, 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 only to come and find out they're fighting a case for somebody else. People like Shuruk Farhana to get a house at Al Waret. Anyway, and then when you say Shuruk likes to steal my lifestyle and the person sitting next to me posing as my brother, which is Ahmed, is the one who is the fraudster, everybody says, no, you're jealous of her. It's Egypt. Scorpio, who is behind all this fraud, and the group of Morocco, even the one posing as my son Shauki. So can you imagine, what do you need a family that treats you like this, or uses the story of my mother, like Esha Mahfoud was married to Ahmed, and that's how they come in with that Mariam and Adasa. My own sister is the snake, comic sister here online. The real one is an angel, mashallah. But the one here, but this is now what they need to understand. Pay attention. As I said, Pluto is stationing, yeah? And it's going retrograde on 14th May. Now you'll understand why I put that photo with also there is a 1 and a 4. Whatever is gained now, Pluto will go back and like open all the archives. And the next thing, burn everything that is coming to the surface. When the truth comes, these people will lose everything. That's how it works. So, talking of lunar north nodes, this is the it's the karmic relevancy. What is my karma? This is the time you will know your karma, good or bad, for what it has happened, what has been done, because damn, my goodness. Some people have even forgotten, or can be karma inherited, like karma from your grandparents or your lineage, something of that sort. This karma is coming now to the surface, and unfortunately, if it has not been healed, then you're going to be paying the price for it. Also depending, of course, on your scale. Some can be victimized, because I told you we have Algol and we have the Lilith Black Moon, victimization. So you can be innocent, but you'll be victimized because of the curse of your family. For example, be careful also of who you hang out with. Victimization, because you can be guilty by association. Whatever truth comes out, you're going to find out you are guilty by association because of who you are hanging out with or who you are connected with without you knowing. Now, fixed stars. These are the game changers in this new moon. Lilith is going to be at 3 degrees 31 minutes and it's Scorpio. That is lethal. Scorpio is the house of death and transformation. But because there will be Algol clicking there, pew, pew, you know, and Lilith, which is also more like Algol. So what is going to happen? When the truth comes out, there can be fights which can lead to death. At the same time, this can be death of wealth, home, because it's black moon, it's 4th house, the reflection of the moon, dark moon, and we talked about it. And being in 3 minutes 31, when you add that, it comes to 7, justice. So there will be divine intervention that some people who are going to be affected also are no, it's like you're victimized because you're guilty by association. For example, you know this is a drug den. You're not supposed to be there, but maybe a raid takes place and you are there. You can't be proved innocent. You are sitting there, and there's a raid, there's a bust, and you're caught, and you are now victimized as well. So you can be caught as a drug dealer, drug baron, peddler, blah blah blah. For example, this is also in a situation whereby there's paper trail, money transaction, for example. Your name happens to be there. Maybe you're the recipient or the one who cashed out the money. The next thing, you are caught in this case because you're guilty by association. Your name is there, maybe your signature, or you frauded. Such kinds of thing. Using someone to, find your way out. So this time they're going to go, oh, so this is their trick. They have to victimize people for them to win. Well, we're going to go for them now. You're part of this? Yeah, you orchestrated all these secrets. You knew about it and you helped them. And then you have to also be answerable. Come. So you might be locked. And I told you we have Venus conjunct Saturn. Normally it's a good point, but at the same time, this is very dangerous and risky. And especially when we have a star in the name called Hamal, a fixed star, which is based in Taurus, and it's called Hamal, and it's in 7 degrees where exactly the moon is. They conjunct, and this is one of the stars which brings nothing but unfortunate events. So the star of Hamal, the moon being in 7 degree, Lilith being connecting with Algol, and then we have like Aldebaran. We have Aldebaran also, which is, we all know that's one of the, it's a good star, yeah, brings marriage and all that, but at the same time, we all know it's the Alpha Tauri. What does that mean? And it's in the 0 degrees of Taurus. So right at the beginning, we are still in the first decan. Yes, it's about marriage, but at the same time, it's like the bull eye, like hitting the target. So if someone is doing investigation, they will just hit the right receipts, investigation. Everything is going to be bubbling out. So these fixed stars in Taurus, Taurus has a lot of fixed stars. They are all activated. All of them activated. Like Sharatan is in 3 degrees. It's all about violence. And that's why we saw, like few days ago, riots have started. Like, for example, I'll give example in Kenya. How many riots? Even like today, people are going to churches, are being chased away. Riots. It's Sharatan that is being like, it's activating the masses of people to go out and, fight. And remember, there's a square also which includes Aquarius. Aquarius rules mass of people. That is where the T square and the square happens. Then we have also Shadir, a fixed star called Shadir, which is also at 7 degrees. So you see, we have Hamal, we have Shadir. All these are just like watching. And they're forming a very big aspect up in the sky, and they bring a lot of violence. On the only good side, I can say with Aldebaran, which is Alpha Taurid, it has one good thing: marriage. It can bring union when it's in the right aspect. As for the rest, it's all about violence. And the violence has been activated since the 3rd degree. We are in 7 degree, and we have seen, pay attention, go back to the news, you'll see the last few days how riots have been, like erupting. There was Kashmir, people have been killed there. In Kenya, there was riots. I don't know, many other places. It's because Sharatan was activated at 3 degree. Aldebaran started at 0, but when it reached 3 degree, the moon was at 3 degree, pop, it started. Violence. Now we are in 7, we are going to see mostly unfortunate because of Hamal and Shadir. But then it will keep on changing because we have like 2 or 3, 4 fixed stars that are going to be helping, like Almah, Menkar, Mirach. Mirach is also like the brand which will bring marriage. I think that is one thing that will like be like it's like water in fire, like cooling it down. Union. But I'm telling you, you'll also be you'll have to use your discernment. Chances are you can hit a jackpot. That you get a job, you get something which is very nice, but there is victimization. So whatever is offered, pay attention who is offering you, because the person will want to use you. The person will want to use you. Another fixed star, which is very good, but now this will be activated when the moon is at, for example, 20 degrees, maybe upcoming when the moon is in the second decan, the Rana fixed star. This is all about science, love of knowledge, writing. You're going to hear so many like astounding information coming about AI, scientific from NASA, or even medical fields, coming with a lot of alternative medicines or information that is very mind-blowing. This will happen when the moon reaches a 20 degrees where it clicks and conjuncts with the Rana's fixed star. Then after that, in the next, but throughout, as from now, because I told you, Hamal, Shadir, these are not supportive. So escalation of violence will increase. Truth is going to be bubbling out when you least expect. Faulty contracts, anything that has been hidden is going to be bubbling out. Then we have Zawrah, which is now, this is one of the worst stars. So the pressure is mounting. I can say as from tonight, in the next 24 hours, a lot of pressure from the fixed stars now is mounting on people. Everybody will have like a panic mode. Nobody wants to take accountability, but this is going to escalate to an extent that by the time we reach the end of this season of Taurus, you're going to be surprised, because there is death here, which is Zawrah, 23 degrees. That's a fixed star at 23 degrees. When the moon reaches this degree, we're going to hear about sudden suicide. People will commit suicide suddenly. Someone who has fear, they will decide to end their lives. People who have, as I said, the ones like in Lilith, fighting for LGBTQ, for example. So they might help you, but when it reaches 23 degrees, these people will come to find out that whatever they were planning is backfiring on them in a very bad way, that their lives can be ruined forever. So they will decide to take themselves out. So we're going to see a lot of people from the other people who are going against universal law, atheist, LGBTQ, they will kill themselves. Also, you're going to hear a lot of violence that will happen to an extent. It can be gang wars or even countries going to war. Beheading. You're going to hear about people being beheaded, like a body is there and head is out. This is how this star works, because it separates the body from the head. It's going to get dirty, that's what I'm telling you. And that will happen between Zawrah and Algol, between 23 degrees and 26 degrees. When the moon reaches those angles, it's going to happen, especially with Algol. It's right now, it's already on, and it's on Lilith. That's why I'm telling you, it will give you an offer, and it will force a woman, maybe someone who will be very like vocal and powerful, and she will help you, or for that kind of thing, only to find out maybe she's in same sex and want to use you, or they want to exploit you in a way or cover up something. And because of that truth, when it comes out, this person can kill themselves. Even when right now they seem tough as fuck. Oh, yeah, but we're adults. They're going to kill themselves. They can be triggered to kill themselves, because the whole thing is going to hit them like a brick wall. So by the time 23 to 26 degrees, you're going to hear a lot of suicide. People are taking themselves out by themselves, and there will be a lot of beheading. So this can be gang wars. If you're in groups, gangs, people will turn against one another, even in organization, work. Hitmen will be having, this is the season where hitmen make money. I'm going to be honest. It's not good to say, but yeah, this is the season hitmen make a lot of money, because they will be paid to commit a lot of deaths, beheading, and so on and so forth. Then, to those who've been with me in Tarot for maybe 1 or 2 years ago, you remember when I explained the story of uh, the 7 sisters of the moon, and they are virgin, they cannot be married because until the first one gets married, and then she will open the door for the rest. Well, this degree is activated now towards the end of Taurus season. When the moon hits 29 degrees, this star will be activated. It will be very visible in the sky. And the good news is proposals now. Official proposal, because the 7 sisters have been blocked. Because if you read the story of the 7 sisters of the moon, you'll understand they can't get married. They are virgin. They can't get married because until the first one gets married, it's a taboo. So now the official proposal comes, and after that, the door opens. The 7 sisters are all going to go to union. So this is happening towards the end of Taurus, heading towards Gemini. A lot of weddings, people who are like, oh, I never thought I'll get married. You can be maybe 60 and suddenly a proposal comes and boop, you're out of the market. You're already somebody's missus. This is going to happen so fast. So it's not only the Virgin sisters, it's called the 7 Pleiades Moon sisters. It has a story about that. I'll post it later, but I have a whole story about it. Check my tarot reading between 1 or 2 years ago. I made a whole video about this story of the 7 sisters. Then I will say, also that's why I'm saying this Taurus season is not good. You need to also up your prayers. You'll need a lot of readings and prayers. Do protective spells if you're a person who do that, not dark spells, because throughout this whole fixed stars that are collected in Aries, in Taurus sign, there's a lot of accident, blindness. But the feminines who are fighting for their right and their justice, you'll get your right and your justice. And there will be a lot of influence of homosexuality. But since women will be very strong, and the aura of women will oversee this wannabe energies of LGBTQ who try to be female, for example, or even in the same sex, maybe. It doesn't matter, lesbians or whatever, but the feminine side, because of that womb energy, which is from the Cancer, it will overpower these people. And that is why you're going to see a lot of LGBTQ damages. So you can even see fire in their disco, because there's Algol and Zaurach, which is also suicide killings. There can be fire in their organizations, their discos, or even maybe places where they're living together in their environment. Everything can be set up to fire. It's all about the Pluto now. Remember, we are starting this new moon, which is new beginning, like planting a seed, but there's a tense square. And it's about, we want peace. We want the right laws. We don't want manipulation. So it's going to cause a lot of damage, especially for the LGBTQ, because there's a lot of fixed stars in Aries, I mean Taurus. Why am I saying Aries? Okay, maybe in the sidereal tarot, I can say zodiac, but we are talking on tropical. So it's all about justice, but it's not coming with a cup of tea. So I will say, let's pray this Taurus season we come out peacefully, but this is one of the most violent new moon we are, and the season of Taurus, for example, we are in, and it's gonna get dirty. It's good news, I can say 40%. The bad news, which is gonna be extremely devastating, 60% to the maybe even 70%, because there's so much fixed stars, and they're all like fueled by Venus. Venus is a planet which loves peace, yeah, but in the second house, remember, it rules luxury, money, and it's seen also one of the toughest fixed sign, which is Taurus. Taurus is like Earth. It doesn't move, it's fixed. So it's, you have to do it